Hi. You're the children's pastor.
Yeah, I'm a children's and family pastor, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's really interesting because, well, we're just, we've been reading the Bible, and there's some things in there that kind of stick out. Like one of them is Christmas, I have a 5-year-old stepson. I love the kids,
That's awesome.
In Jeremiah 10, I read it to my 5-year-old stepson, just the first couple of verses, and I said, hey, what do you think this is? They cut a tree out of the forest, they deck it with silver and gold, and they put it inside their house so that it won't move. And they must needs be born because they cannot go. And I'm like, what do you think this means? And he's like, yeah, that sounds like a Christmas tree. And then I told him, I'm like, oh, well, in John 3, Yeshua says you must needs be born. You must become born again. Well, he's talking about Christmas. He says, don't do it. And if you're still, it's just idolatry. It's the same reason why the children of Israel were booted from the land in 2 Kings 17. And that curse was all the way to 2,730 years. And so what does Paul say in Romans 11? If severity came to the house of Israel because of that Christmas tree, how much sore will your punishment be if you continue to do it? And it's also, it's all throughout prophecy. It's just passing your children through the fire. So I see all these children running around, and it absolutely shatters my heart because the Bible's pretty clear on what's allowed and what's not. And Christmas is one of those things. It's just an abomination. It's horrible. Isaiah 41 calls it an abomination 3 times. It quotes Jeremiah 10 3 times about the Christmas tree, and it says all who do it are an abomination just like it. So I walk in this church and I can't even count on the 4 or 5 different Christmas trees that are inside God's house that God says he hates. Deuteronomy 7, loving God is keeping. Oh, he does. I can read it. I'll show you. It's in Deuteronomy 7. Don't take my word for it, right? We should all just believe the Bible. We came from wherever the wind took us, right? John chapter 3.
I appreciate you guys coming in here, but that's not what we believe, so...
Well, we need it.
Okay.
So in Deuteronomy 7...
You're even warned in Isaiah 14 about the old Satan laws.
So tell you what,
he's going to sit above the clouds like the Most
if you guys
High,
want to,
and the God decides the Lord.
if you guys want to, wait a minute. If you guys want to preach that, I'll get you a soapbox. I'll put you out in the corner out here.
So now we're making jokes.
You can tell the world.
So now we're making jokes about God's
I'm not making
word.
jokes. I'm telling you the
Sounds
truth.
like to me. You don't
I
wanna
will
hear
get
God's
you a
truth.
soapbox. and
So
you
check
sit
this
out
out.
here in the
Deuteronomy
corner.
7. Check this
But
out.
you're not going to do it here.
Know therefore that Jehovah, the faithful God, which keeps covenant and mercy. What's the covenant? The 10 Commandment, holy covenant that Yeshua refreshed. We should be keeping those 10 Commandments with them that love him. So
You're
loving
living
God
under
is
the
keeping his
law.
10 Commandments.
You're living under
No,
the
don't
law.
twist Paul's words to your own
You're
destruction.
living
Peter
under
warned
the
you of
law.
that.
You're not living under the gospel. You're not.
The Ten Commandments are
But
sacred.
What's
you're
the,
not-
what's the difference between the sacrificial law and the 10 Commandment holy covenant? You tell me. Are you a leader here? What's the difference between the 10 Commandments and the holy
Let
covenant?
me answer your question.
Yeah, no, tell me the difference. I asked you a question first.
No.
Tell me the difference between the sacrificial
You're
law and the 10
living under the
Commandments.
law,
What law?
not-
What law?
The Moses law. The
No,
Levitical law.
the
Yes,
sacrificial
you are.
law. What did Yeshua quote on the cross? Deuteronomy 31. The handwritten ordinances, Colossians 2. You guys are passing all these children through the fire. The handwritten ordinances
time
is
for you
what
to leave
Paul
now.
wrote, is what Moses wrote by
time for
hand.
you to leave.
It's not what God
Come on,
wrote
come
on
on,
2
guys.
tables of stone. The 10 Commandments written on stone by the finger of God, Exodus 31. Get your hands off me, old man. Oh, you're supposed to, now you're cussing? That's not very fruit of the Spirit, Pastor Bob. Why don't you tell the truth to God's people and stop lying to them, you wicked wolf?
Why don't you get?
Oh, you're blind,
Go
deaf,
brush-
dumb, and blind, just like your
Get
idols.
some
Psalm
mouthwash.
135,
Get
eyes
some
but see
mouthwash.
not, ears
Wash
but
your
hear
mouth
not.
out.
You're deaf,
Wash
dumb,
your
and
mouth
blind.
out.
Pride comes before destruction, you bunch of hypocrites. Wicked wolves in the church, lying and passing those kids to the fire. Oh, yeah, whatever. Pride comes before destruction. It ain't the first time. Dare you go to law against one another? You didn't read Paul's words, and not before the saints. Not before the saints. Them cops won't save you from God's wrath, you wicked wolf.
First John 2:4, those that claim to know but keep not his commandments is a liar, and there's no truth in them.